here's my milking machine. It's a simple pulse single goat milker. This is my new milking shed. It's a beautiful morning, so I don't have to have the air conditioning on. And here is Miss Hermione getting milked. She's standing so nice and being a good girl. And this is how she gets rewarded for giving me all the milk. She gets animal cookies. So I started out by doing an iodine tea dip, and then I get all the milk out of her teats, squeeze it out so that we start with the fresh stuff from her udder, and then wipe her down really well and put her on the milking machine. And as she gets milked, she gets lots of yummy treats. You can see she's eating some goat food, which is a combination of sunflower seeds, girl food, and lots of good stuff to put on some weight. The milking mamas seem to drop weight after kidding, but you can tell Hermione is in really good shape. She's not dropped any weight at all. She's really, really good. Anyhow, so this is where it all starts, with fresh milk from my beautiful Nigerian doe, Miss Hermione, and she's just about done already. You can see her milk has stopped flowing. So today with my goat milk, I'm making lotion. So the way I start my lotion is I have to make sure all of my utensils and bowls and everything I use are clean and rinsed in a bleach water solution. So I just dip it in the bleach water really well and then rinse it off. Everything has to be very sterile and very clean. Otherwise, bacteria will grow in the lotion. So that's a must. Next, what I do is, here's my recipe, which I'm not going to share my exact recipe with y'all because I paid for the recipe and went to a class on the Big Red Barn soap making website. There's a lotion class. And so it wouldn't be right for me to share somebody else's recipe that you actually have to purchase. So it's Big Red Barn. And if you look up Big Red Barn goat milk soap, you'll get to her website and you can find her lotion class. So the first ingredient I put in is sweet almond oil, avocado oil, emulsifying wax, and stearic acid. So I already put those all in and mix them together, and I'm going to now microwave them until they're melted, which is about 2.5 minutes. And then the next thing I do is I turn on my milk, which I've already heated once, to 160 degrees, and I have to count 10 seconds and hold it at 160. My milk actually went up to like 198, so it just means it's more pasteurized and it's totally fine. So I'll be back in just a minute after I have my first 4 ingredients melted and my milk is up to 160 for 10 seconds. Okay, so next I measure out my shea butter. Shea butter is a very fragile oil, so we don't add it in to get melted until the very end. And we try to do most of the melting just by the heat of the oil and very little of the microwaving. And then over here you can see that my milk is already up to, it's 159.8. I had turned it down, it was 164. So it's already past the 160 mark. So it's just kind of low and simmering at the moment until the shea butter's ready. So I'm gonna add this shea butter into these hot oils. It's all measured out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and give it a good stir. And I will probably have to microwave it. Typically it's about 30 seconds more. I just kind of break it up with my spatula. Shea butter is so moisturizing. Whenever I get it on my hands, when I'm working with making the lotion, my hands are so soft and moisturized for the entire day. It's amazing. I love the shea butter. So again, I'm just trying to let it melt as much as possible in the hot oils, and I'm not trying to have to microwave it very much at all. The next step I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna let that sit just for a couple minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my milk. It was still simmering a bit. And when the milk gets, do you see that little skin it gets on it? I do scrape off that skin because you don't want little clumps in your lotion. So I just kind of pull the skin with a slotted spoon and get that off as much as possible. Nobody wants a clumpy lotion. Okay, and then the next step is I'm going to use my distilled water. So again, it has to be extremely clean, extremely sanitary, every ounce of this. Otherwise, you will start getting bacteria growing in your lotion. So I'm just going to turn on my scale and I pour in my distilled water. Sorry, trying to do this one-handed. I should have set up a tripod. And again, I'm not showing you the amounts that I'm pouring in because it wouldn't be fair to share the recipe when somebody actually sells a class on how to make this. So don't forget to go to Big Red Barn. Shanna is the owner. She has amazing classes on making soap and lotion, and it's not very much, maybe like $10, $15 to get the lotion class. It's pretty cheap and well worth it. Okay, so I have my distilled water in my bowl. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my milk that is heated up so that it's nice and pasteurized, because this is raw milk straight from my goats that I just milked this morning. All right, and the last step is I'm going to have to microwave this for about 30 more seconds and I'll come right back. Okay, here we go. So the oils are completely melted now. I had to wait and give it a good stir. So I'm adding my distilled water, my milk, goat milk, my oils, in combination of oils and waxes, all together. Just giving it a little bit of a stir. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to stick blend it. So this is an immersion blender. So I'm just stick blending it for a bit. Together just a little bit, doesn't take much. I'm going to go ahead and add the preservative. The preservative we like to use is Optifin Plus. It's by Brambleberry, and this helps our lotion to last probably about a year is the shelf life of our lotion. And then the next thing I'm going to add is our fragrance. So sometimes I use essential oils, sometimes I have it unscented, but this one is a favorite fragrance of the men. It's called Shave and a Haircut, and it's also by Brambleberry. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick blend it back together. What I'm making here is a triple batch. So this recipe is a triple batch with the amount of milk that I get from my 4 Nigerian goats in one morning is enough to make 6 batches. So 2 triple batches. So I did Kentucky bourbon earlier, and I'm doing shave and a haircut. So today is making men's lotion day. Yesterday I worked on some lavender and unscented for anyone, but today is men's specific day. So next I'm going to do is pour this into my pour pitcher. So I have to do it about 3 different times because my pour pitcher is small, which is what I want. I want it to be small, and then I'll show you how I pour it in the bottles. Okay, I have some of the bottles laid out, ready to go. Here's the Kentucky bourbon that I already made this morning. And here's some of the lavender and unscented that I'm just waiting to get some labels printed. But there's a fine line when making lotion between how thick you can have your lotion, but you want it definitely mixed together. So you want it thin enough where you can pour it. You see here, it's pretty thin, but it definitely is all mixed together, all my ingredients. So it's gonna make an amazing lotion. This is the only lotion I use now, obviously, because, you know, I make it and sell it, but also it's just a favorite of mine. You can, oops, that is not what you're supposed to do. I try really hard not to pour over the side of the bottles because then I have to do major bottle cleanup when I'm done. Try to get it in as best as I can, but it happens. So yes, the goat milk lotion, I can put the lotion on and my skin is so hydrated. Between using the goat milk soap and the goat milk lotion, my skin is so much better than what it used to be. So both of these men fragrances, the Kentucky Bourbon and the Shave in the Haircut, we have soap and beard oil to match their scents. And they make an amazing Father's Day gift, or men's birthday, whatever you have for an occasion for a man. Check it out on our Etsy shop. Again, Kentucky Bourbon, Shave and a Haircut, definitely favorites in the men who buy from us, which there's several men who actually buy from us, believe it or not. And we have customers who will come just for the Kentucky Bourbon soap and lotion. That's just so amazing of a scent. We will be at the Jewett Indoor Market in a couple of weeks. If you're local and you're interested in coming by and getting some fresh made lotion from us, please feel free to stop by. Hope to see you then. And also check out our Etsy shop. I'll post a listing. It's Claude's Creative Works is the name of the Etsy shop. And we are having a Father's Day sale right now. So hope to see you there. Bye.